Hi, everyone, and welcome to the final day of Worldwide Regression Week 2019. And this is the day that we've all been waiting for. We get to talk a little bit with our beautiful Allison Coe, and she's going to lead us in a brand new group regression here in just a few minutes. Hi, Allison, welcome.
Hi, everybody. Hi, Candace. Thanks for having me on during Worldwide Regression Week. Wow, you have grown, man. This has grown, hasn't it? It just was a day last year, and now it's a whole week. This is utterly amazing. I am so thrilled with the involvement around the world and within our community. It's just beautiful, beautiful.
Well, thank you so much. Yeah, a lot of people have stepped up and gotten really excited about this. And I don't know, Allison, if you've seen this or some of the rest of you out there too, but we did a couple of roundtable events too, where we brought practitioners from around the world and asked them some of these similar questions. And we did it all as a group. That was so much fun. I'm sure we're going to be doing more roundtables here coming up in the future. And we're not going to wait a year to do it. So it's one of the fun things that happened during this week of activities and events.
Good, good. Yes, I love that stuff. The community involvement, that is a hallmark of you and what you promote out there. Candace, you have just been breaking ground everywhere, but the community that you have made from the very start when you were working with Dolores has just been so beautiful to see. So beautiful. And I don't do a lot of writing on the computer, as you know, as my fellow practitioners know. I don't do a lot of writing, but I do a lot of reading. And I learned so much from our community. And thank you for making it so accessible to all of us to connect around the world and to share our problems or our solutions and our, just have each other to lean on. The support is amazing. And then now that it's bleeding out into the rest of the world, it's so beautiful to see. And that is you. That is your baby.
Well, thank you. It does kind of feel like my baby, but it wouldn't be alive without everybody coming and participating and making it what it is, including you and your support of our community. So I do appreciate that so much. Before we even started the show, Allison and I were talking about how we learn from each other. And Allison's done hundreds and hundreds of sessions. I've done somewhere close to 1,200 sessions over all these years. Man, I still learn. And sometimes I learn from people who are like, this was my first session. This is what happened. It's like, and I learned from that.
Yeah.
Something about that. We're constantly learning from each other. And I love the horizontal kind of connection and learning that our community provides those who want to be of service to others doing this quantum healing work. So thank you so much for being, a voice and a face out there in YouTube promoting us. We do appreciate you, Allison.
Thank you.
And you know what, I would be remiss if I wouldn't talk about the wonderful show that you had with James Gilliland, As You Wish, right? As You Wish Talk Radio.
Yeah.
Just so hysterical. The conversation that you two had. I listened to part of it in a Lowe's parking lot, by the way, and I'm sitting there in the car all by myself, laughing. This guy came in, like he's getting in his car and he's looking at me. I'm all in this car just going, And my favorite part, I have to tell you, because I need to ask you this. Did your mom listen to this? When you followed your mom into the kitchen and talked about the atom bomb going off, I thought I might have to release my own atom bomb. It was so funny. I'm thinking, and then I just imagined all your brothers and sisters, and anyway, you just had us in stitches. You had me in stitches, our whole community, and of course all of your fans. It was so much fun to listen to you.
Thank you. Yeah, no, I would be disowned if my mom knew that I shared that with the world, and because she's such a gentle soul. She's not a gentle soul at all, but with regards to that taboo subject, no. There's a reason she was hiding for years in the kitchen. She doesn't want to know the stuff. But
so
Lord.
Well, okay, and you said a couple other things, and I got to ask you this. So you come from a big family, right? And you have lots of brothers and sisters. Where are you in that birth order?
Oh, I'm the baby. I'm the baby. I'm the youngest of 5. Yeah.
Are you really? And
Yeah.
so have you acted like the baby of 5? Is that been you?
I'll bring it out if I need to. Well, it affects me in different ways. I'm not a big go. I never arrive first at anything, and as you can see with the Worldwide Regression Week, I'm the last one. I'll bring up the rear, and that's how it's been my whole life. I'll just swing in at the last minute, you know. Hello, I'm here. You did all the work, that kind of thing. And I don't intend for that always to be the case, but it tends to happen. You got to have a caboose. I'm the caboose all the time with everything.
Perfect. Well, that was such a great show. All of us, of course, in this community who love you tend to love James, and to listen to both of you laugh. I've been listening to James for years and years and years and years. I'm not sure I've ever heard him laugh so much on a show. I mean, your show is more about laughing and connecting as humans almost than anything. And some people were talking about that, and I thought, God, that's what we need. We need more of that than anything on this planet, is that connection with other humans and the absolute joy and the healing energy that we get from laughing. And the fact that some people have actually called us on it, you and me both, about laughing too hard or too loud or whatever in sessions or shows. Wow, kind of crazy to read that, isn't it?
It's very revealing when you read that. Like at first I take it and I'm like, oh man, I should really tone it down. And then I'm like, wait, that's that's a them issue. They feel uncomfortable with laughter. They may not see it as genuine. It's something about it affects people the wrong way, and it really is revealing. You can't tone it down. It's like lowering your vibration to make other people comfortable. Don't do it. Don't ever do it. Keep your vibration as high as you can, and let them raise themselves up to match it. Yeah, and that laughter and mirth, just joy and effervescence, when it is there, don't tamp it down. And that's what, I never for a million years expected to have those conversations with James. I was like, when we were done with the show, I'm like, I'm pretty sure I didn't share anything spiritual on the show or any information that could possibly help someone. I'm just laughing my butt off. That's it. That was it. So then he had me back, and I'm like, okay, let's get down. We need to have a serious conversation. I didn't say that, but that ended up happening. So it was cool to have both opportunities. Yeah, it was really cool. He's
so
a good guy.
You had a second show then after the laughing one.
I did, and they've agreed now that anytime they have somebody who can't make it to their show, a guest who can't make it to the show, they're going to contact me. And so that's what happened. Because we live in the same time zone and everything. James is just a couple 100 miles north of me, and I tend to be available in the evenings, not during the day. And it was just like, yeah, it worked out. And so please keep calling. So I think I'll be on their show again in the next couple weeks or next week or something.
Oh,
Yeah, they're great group of guys over there. James sent some pretty hilarious text messages, I'll tell you that.
Did you save any of them? Are you going to show any of them right now?
No, but that dude is hilarious.
Oh, that's great. There's a reason that we as humans have said laughter is the best medicine. I mean, just you and I getting together and spending the time that, it took us, we were laughing together so much, so long. We've been together for a long time before we ever even got pressed the record. Go, right? we've been laughing and having fun together. So I love the laughter. Keep it up, Allison. It's great.
Thank you.
I wanted to talk just a brief little bit about your Inner Earth series, where you had, you talked about the session, and then you read the transcript. I'm so astonished by the whole thing. I mean, I was so taken by the whole thing. But above all, I was taken by your energy of connecting and being taken with that energy. Do you know what I mean? You projected that so well, and it's because you did and how you did that I was able to put together the notes for the regression today. It was just astonishing. I know a lot of your fans and followers have been taken with it as well. What are some of the comments that you've read or reaction that you've got about this Inner Earth session that you recently posted?
Yeah, so thank you for your kind words, and for listening to that. I know that it's hard to spend your free time listening to another practitioner talk about their sessions. Like, does work ever end? But it's fascinating information, and I was told beforehand that I would be getting information in a session very soon that would change the world. It was like an extra piece that tied in a bunch of stuff. And a couple months go by, and then I had this final session, and then within the same week I had 3 other sessions where they went to the inner earth and they saw the same light. So I knew how big it was. And so, yeah, sharing that and doing it in that way, where just reading it. So some of the comments were, it put me in a trance. Just the read through put me in my own trance, where I was able to see it. I got a lot of comments like that. Also, that people have been getting this information all over the world for years. And they were saying, this ties in everything. It ties in all these other experiences that I had. And thank you so much. This was the final piece I needed, a final piece of the puzzle. I needed to know. I knew there was something in there I needed to connect to. I didn't know what it was. All of this stuff. Or I had this dream where I connected to this bluish white light, and now I know what it is, and now I know how to do it, and now I know how to, funnel in this energy and connect to earth and expand. So just really, it was exactly what I was told several months ago in a session I had with Lauren Conrad. Wait, not Lauren Conrad. She's a famous person from Lauren Hansen. A different Lauren. So Lauren Hansen put me under, she was visiting Portland around December of 2018. So just a few months ago. And I went in for a session, and I was told, because I was like, why am I not doing videos lately? Why is it that I just can't do them? It was like a block was there. And they said, because you don't want to do videos until you have information that can really help people. And this allows for concentration of information instead of just, slowly giving information and then people forget it. No, you need a concentrated, powerful hit of information, and it's coming, and it is the exact puzzle piece that so many people need. And then that's when I started getting this information, and specifically that one client session where you can see from start to finish, it is just chock full of powerful information, ties in every session that I've been getting for the last, several years, and just beautiful information. And you have masterfully made a script today. 14 pages. You got but it reads quick.
Lots of empty space.
Yeah, lots of space, but 14 pages. If you hear me turn pages, that's why I have 14 of them to turn. I really miss my accounting fingertips, because in accounting you get these like rubber fingertips and you're able to grab paper. I'm like, dang it, I need a fingertip. Anyway, you have masterfully designed this script based on the information that came through those sessions. And it's just utterly stunning, the journey that you have designed for anybody who's participating today or any other day to actually go on this journey. And I am so thrilled that you did that. So thank you for listening to that session, and thank you for taking the information and applying it to this script and allowing for so many other people to go on journeys. And I do have to say a thank you to everybody who has actually reached out to me and said that they made their own guided meditation based on this Inner Earth videos that we put out. And that is just brilliant. Please, you don't need my approval to share that stuff. I know a lot of people are asking, like, no, just share it. Don't wait for me. I'm terrible at responding to people. Don't wait for me. Share it everywhere you go. Share anything that you make could possibly help people, don't wait for me. And also I'd like to thank all my clients who were a part of this process, who allowed for this video to come together, and therefore this script to come together that you designed, and helping anybody today and beyond.
I've never seen so many people be inspired by a single session before. Before you even said that, I was thinking I need to mention this. It was sitting in my head. Other BQH practitioners, some brand new ones, were even mentioning that on the forum. I was inspired to write this meditation on this. So I'm not the only one. There's many others out there. And it's kind of astonishing. A couple things. I told you before we got started, I've got a contractor next door, and he came in and he was asking me, well, what I do here. And, I'm looking at his energy thinking, well, can he take it? you know how you do that. Well, how much can I actually tell him? And I was able to tell him quite a bit. And you know what? It's so interesting because he was standing like right here, right next to my little desk here. And he said, can I ask you a question? Do you know what he asked me about? A bluish white floating orb.
What?
Yeah, I'm telling you, that happened like right before we started. And I'm like, I know. And I'm like, this is so cool how this is all working. And I also wanted to tell you another thing, which is this happened a little while ago, but it's still quite relevant. I had a man come for a session. He came for an in-person session. His biggest issue was that his two children were born with absolute, there were some of the new children born with memories of why they're here, what they're doing. And the youngest, a daughter, was absolutely convinced and spent a lot of time in her earliest childhood trying to tell both her mother and her father about life on the inner earth. And their biggest issue as a family was the man was listening to both. The older child was a male and the younger child female, but both of them had something to say about all of the stuff that we're into. But the younger child in particular just would not let go about how there's this other place, the inner earth. The biggest problem was the wife just wanted to do everything she could to shut it down. Don't tell anybody. We can't talk about this. That's just your, that thing that happens in 3D Earth, where we shut it all down. We deny the magic. We don't allow the deep ancestral memories and other realms to be remembered and acknowledged. But the man was trying so hard to keep his family together because he loved his wife, but she was so traditionally religious and freaked about what both of her children were going through, but particularly the daughter, who would just not stop talking about the inner earth. I thought you might like to hear about that.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
He got some peace out of it, but he just kept, it was that whole thing, I can't talk to anybody about this. I'm like, you don't even know. You may have a neighbor 2 doors down who's got another child who's saying the same thing. And both of y'all are saying, please don't tell anybody out.
Yeah, absolutely. So, oh gosh, if he listened to that video with that client session on the inner earth, he would just, it'd be so much validation for him and his family. And yeah, the wife may never get on board, but validation is so huge. So that's why these videos and your forum and what everybody's doing out there, sharing their sessions or sharing their journeys, it allows for everybody to get that validation and then shoot off from that level. Because when you don't have validation, you kind of remain stagnant a little bit. You don't know, is that real? Is that not real? So that validation just springboards everything, springboards your growth, springboards what comes to you, your path, everything. And so that's huge. Wow. So once again, I just really have to say a really big thank you to all of my clients and all the clients who come to practitioners, because we don't work in a vacuum. I don't exist without them. I mean, I exist, but I exist in my sweats and I'm hanging out watching Netflix, I'm sure. That's the other dimensional version of me. But I I need clients in order to come to me and be vulnerable with me and allow me to share their information so that it helps others. And we all do. And it's just it's such a beautiful process.
Well, are you getting ready?
I'm ready.
Session? Yeah.
Yeah.
What kind of advice should we give people who might be getting ready to go on this journey?
Yeah. Well, empty your bladder if you haven't already. Emptying your bladder would be very helpful. Being in a dark room, turning off the notifications on your computer or your phone. Getting in a comfortable position. Getting an eye mask is always helpful. You know, having the volume at the right level, because my voice will drop down to a lower level. So you want to make sure that the volume is set appropriately so you don't have to strain to hear. Allow yourself the freedom to create images as you go, or let your mind wander for a little bit and then come back if you need to. That's all fine. There's no wrong way to do this. Know that you don't just have to see up in front of you when going through the images that you've provided. You also see everywhere, all over your brain, in your mind's eye, you know, in your imagination. The imagination is not something you just make up. The imagination is the fertile ground where your ego and your higher self meet and create. So do not discount your imagination as a part of the biggest tool during this hypnosis session. It is powerful. Look around. Don't discount what you're experiencing. And if you want to remember it, write it down immediately after the session, or record your experience immediately after the session. Then share it with us. Yeah. Share your experiences, because that is exactly what I was just talking about. You sharing your experiences allows for a validation for other people, and then it just springboards from there. So please don't be afraid to share, and don't be afraid to write down everything you're experiencing. Those are my guidelines for this. And another thing is, everybody cries, man. I swear, every hypnosis I do, somebody's crying. And don't worry about that. That's normal. That just means you're having an emotional experience. You're being touched. You know, you're just allowing yourself to be vulnerable and release and purge anything that needs to come out. So that's what this is all about. It's about helping people. So let it flow, let it go.
Super. One small suggestion for me is, if you are driving, don't do this.
Oh yeah, God.
Don't do this at all. Not right now. Save it for later. Change the channel, as a matter of fact.
Abort mission. Mission abort. Mission abort. Don't drive and do this.
You know, I have to tell you something funny though, Allison. Back when I was still working with Dolores, and we were helping other practitioners with their voice, and she made a recording available of her voice, you know, doing the thing with her voice, you know. And believe me, I know I have a very loud and impressive voice like this, but when I do my hypnosis, my voice changes.
It's beautiful, yeah.
Oh, well, when I do that, I know it can be a little much this way, but that's okay. I love myself anyway. But I remember needing to and wanting to remember some of her inflections. So I was playing her induction over and over again, and I did not take this advice myself about the driving. Now, I didn't drive a car. I didn't drive a truck. I didn't go out onto the roadway, but I did mow with our giant farm tractor. Our big, giant, orange Kubota farm tractor. I had Dolores Cannon say, "If I could hear a bird," you know. I mean, I just, you know, I would go on, and I was practicing doing that. I never did go into a trance or anything, but I kept myself up. But I broke my rule. I just thought I would share that.
Yeah, you wake up, you're like 5 farms away. Plowed through everybody's corn, wheat, everything, their fences, barns. Like, I had an amazing session that I didn't mean to have at all, and it was so expensive.
Here's what I did do though. You'll like this. My husband, we're kind of opposites in some ways. He really likes very symmetrical things, right? But when I mow, I freeform mow sometimes. And that's exactly what I did. I started in the center of the pasture where I actually have a circle. Anyway, I did like this giant spiral thing while I was mowing and listening to this. Yeah, I think I made it. I made the portal even stronger.
Oh God, that's hilarious. Oh my God.
I am so glad.
Don't mow.
I'm so glad to hear you laugh. Okay,
Oh.
but now we're going to settle down and we're going to take some time now. If you haven't gone to pee while we were laughing, go do that now. And we're going to give Allison time to read the regression for everyone right now. And I think, Allison, let's just do this too. When you are done reading the regression, and I'm going to sit here and go through it with you. I mean, I'm going to experience this. I'm going to be one of the first people who's going to comment on the YouTube as soon as this is finished. But let's just have you sign off.
Okay.
Because you and I were talking about this before when we're doing BQH sessions, sometimes before, that time after a session, that integrative time, it can carry on and it can reverberate and it can move on. And so rather than us getting laughing and chatting like this, when this is all over, I think I'll just let it quietly end and we'll continue, in the comments section as far as a wrap up in that way. Would that work for you?
Yeah, I think that's a brilliant idea to allow for the space for everybody to come up at their own pace. I think that's wonderful. Brilliant. I mean, not that we won't count up, but we just won't chat afterwards. Okay.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Sound good?
Yeah,
All right.
sounds great.
Okay. All right.
Yay. Thank you again for your beautiful script, Candace.
You're very welcome. Thank you so
Yeah.
much for making Worldwide Regression Week 2019 such a brilliant, amazing success. Thank you.
I've done nothing. Nothing.
Not true. All right. Okay, everyone. So get comfortable, and here we go. So just close your eyes and be still and breathe. Breathe deeply in. Breathe deeply out. Let the cares of the day just fade away. Just float and drift away. Just for a little while. Just a little while. Just follow my voice, and I will care for you in the softest way. Rest your eyes now and follow along. Let's start by remembering, but not the regular kind of remembering. This is a different kind of remembering. How so, you might wonder? Well, I'll tell you. The kind of remembering usual to you is a solo and singular experience. But today we'll remember in a much different way. We will remember together. For we have gathered here in this safe and sacred place to collectively remember. And there is no more powerful memory
than this. Together, together, together we will access ancient memories, memories that have long been buried within our planet, memories that have been tucked away in our very bones, rising now, rising to the surface, rising to be known and felt and lived again. And you feel the stirring within your bones and in your blood and in your cells. Now, now, now is the time. Walk with me now on a meandering path of soft and sweet smelling earth in a beautiful iris and violet filled wood. Bare feet are gently cushioned and release a heady and welcoming scent with each step. And our hearts begin to stir with a deep inner knowing. We are about to be changed. Walking, bending this way and that, not far, not far, not far now from where you are. You see a magnificent circle, a cathedral of trees. Warm, liquid sunlight splashes gently down through the bright, fluttering emerald leaves of the tall, stately members of the Cathedral of Trees. And so here it is, the place we've all decided, oh, so long ago, to meet and remember together. So step into the sacred circle of the Cathedral of Trees and notice that a kind of hush settles here with a gentle, slow breeze. Life in the wood takes note. Rabbits pause, and birds alight. They watch as we gather in the Cathedral of Trees. And as you look up you see the glittering light of the beautiful and connected sun begin to gather itself in swirls and sparkles and colorful facets of light become a focused and powerful beam. This beam of light shining down lands in the center of the circle, shifting and moving slowly and gently. The ground itself opens, 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 gently like the petals of a flower. It opens. And just like that, you find yourself here at the doorway to the inner earth. The ground slopes gently in and down to reveal a bluish white glow from within the light of the inner earth. It beckons, it calls, and so we go, we go, we go. The beautiful blue and white light illuminates the expansive and magical space. And with each step, we get closer to its source. And soon, we can see the giant crystal orb. More and more of us now gather and begin to fill the space around the beautiful crystal orb. And now, you may even feel guided to take the hand of the being beside you. As some of us begin to create a large circle around the orb. Take note. Who is there on your side? By your side? Beside you? Besides you? Is it family from your current focus? Or from long long, long ago. Look around more closely now. Faces familiar. Faces anew. Faces of all kind and type and time. Remember who you see here with you now. Remember. Remember. Remember who you are. Who. Who. Who are you? All together now. Remember. And the orb begins to pulse gently, 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 sending out all of what you need in this moment. Healing, compassion, acceptance, and love. Always love, love, and love. And so you feel your heart space expand and expand more and more, more. And then you feel the hearts of those nearby. You feel their hearts expand too. This collective heart energy is felt by all. Inner earth, outer earth, up into the atmosphere, deep into the solar system, across the grand expanses of the universe, the outerverse, a wave of love so strong, none will be the same after. And the light increases, healing turning up now, warmer, stronger, more light, light, being flooded now with this regenerating, rejuvenating light. And love. And upgrades from the beautiful inner earth light. You feel all remaining negativity disappear. All pain, all judgment, all worry, all fear just fade away. Wave after wave of the gentle pulsing light washes, cleanses, renews. Washes, cleanses, and renews. And when you feel the healing energy has been completed, feel so strongly connected to this light, the beautiful blue, white light of the inner earth. You sense there is still much more to experience. As you gaze deeply at the beautiful orb, you see that it begins to send out energetic information to all who have gathered. Small, energetic, light orbs come forth and connect to each being here. And you watch as one shining, sparkling, beautiful swirling, perfect orb heads straight for you. And it pauses just there in midair, just right before your eyes. It is up to you to decide to accept or to decline. And for those that welcome the gift from the orb, it moves and melts directly into your third eye. Downloads of information begin to be transferred. Sacred geometric light coded for revealing at just the right time. Sacred mandalas pour into your mind. Light codes, light language, light healing, stream into your body, into your consciousness. Allow the stream to continue. Feel the energetic information flow into your body. Then, when complete, the smaller light orbs return. This new language, this new information, these codes you have been given will change the way you walk upon the earth. The way you interact with all the beings around you. Known and unknown. Seen and unseen. Raising the consciousness. Allowing you to hold more light. Each day, each moment, this new information will reveal itself to you. You may return here anytime you wish. Anytime you wish to connect and remember. And now our experience here is done. We send our love to the light and our gratitude to all who are here. And so we begin the short journey back to the surface. Back to the surface. Now we go. Back to our physical and temporal selves. Back to our everyday awareness. Back to our refreshed and renewed body. And as you stretch, you actually integrate all of the healing and all of the energy into your body. And as you move and stretch, you lock in the downloaded light coded information. Remembering all you need to of this experience, integrating all that resonates and assists you at this time. And you can now begin to move into your day. And I wish for you so much love.